Last night, saw the man again on TV, and he said, between two thoughts, the space that exists between two thoughts is infinite possibilities. Between two thoughts exists the infinite of possibilities. You know, that's like reading Benedict Spinoza, that if a thing looks like something to you, perceived by others as something else, well, the thing has taken on many dimensions. Okay, how am I going to use that? How am I going to use Deepak Chopra when he said that between two thoughts exists infinite possibilities? Okay, now that you have said that, I want to know, how am I supposed to process this and put this into a meaningful formula that I could improve the quality of my life? Because if what you say doesn't support life, then why should I listen to it? I live life. I don't live philosophy. And as far as life is concerned, the one thing you must do, which we all should do, is know what to put in your mouth. All the other philosophical structures, they mean absolutely nothing. Because now what you're eating is making you sick. And in the state of disease, what is the state of your mind? What is the state of your soul? What is the state of your spirit? You see, we never seem to couple that, isn't it? But we're going to do that now. We're going to try to do this. We're going to come here and we're going to show you something that our fathers and mothers didn't have to know, but you better know it now. And then the professors, they use it against you. And it happened to me in Washington by a lady by the name of Dr. Steinberg and Dr. Glove. This lady was used to imposing herself on black people. Because we're limited, you know, slaves, what could you know? Well, this particular day, something occurred in D.C., which a child had sickle cell anemia. The child was sickle cell anemic for 2 years, and she was only 2 years old. She was born with sickle cell. She was traveling. The father snatched the baby out of the hospital and hit the little girl in Silver Spring. I began to treat her. 2.5 months later, close to 3 months, the law caught up with us. The police came and picked me up at 2010 Kendall Street Northeast, D.C., the community warehouse. And they got the father and the mother. Now we find ourselves in a hospital. Dr. Steinberg, upon noticing that in the 3 months that I was treating the child, I made a log of everything she ate. She noticed this one particular thing. I didn't give her killer protein. Boy, did she jump on it. I noticed here that you didn't give her killer protein. Protein? She said, yes. I said, Dr. Steinberg, are you sure that you want to rest your argument on protein being the base of the premise? She said, yes, unless the great Dr. Sebi believed that protein is an unnecessary food. I said, I don't know anything about protein. I said, you forgot something. I'm the child of that continent that you call Africa. And we didn't know anything about protein then. Do you? What is protein? Protein is one of the 19 amino acids, the building block of life. said, Dr. Steinberg, that is the response that I get from everyone. That protein is one of the 90 amino acids. But the body needs acid. What could the body do with acids? The body is composed of 102 minerals, not one acid. The body is alkaline. The body is carbon-based. I said, furthermore, being that the body is carbon-based, it is electrical. It moves. And there could be no movement unless that movement is electrical. Now that we understand that the body is electrical, the food that would feed an electric body would necessarily be electrical. How many electrons per atom does protein contain? I don't know. But you use protein as your premise. You should know all about it. Do you know that Dr. Steinberg didn't know about protein? And do you know that nobody in the audience knows about protein, neither do I? And why should we know about that? Because they told us that protein is a necessary food. And we believe that. And we begin to consume those things that represent protein. So I said to her, I am forced to ask you another question. What is sickle cell anemia? She said that sickle cell anemia was a disease that was acquired by black people 10,000 years ago in the jungles of Africa. And that our blood went through mutation. I say mutation 10,000 years ago. But 10,000 years ago, we didn't know you guys. You were never in our environment 10,000 years ago. But you said that our blood went through mutation, that's the cause of sickle cell anemia. Dr. Steinberg from the Georgetown Pediatric Hospital in Washington told me that. Not the newspaper wasn't around to hear what this woman who's supposed to be a professional woman is regurgitating. So I said, what is sickle cell? Mutation. I said, but I have a brother that goes around the world and he preaches things and he says things in reference to food and nutrition. His name is Dick Gregory. He said at Camden Hall that God gave us sickle cell to fight malaria. Well, since I know for a fact that God didn't tell Dick Gregory that, he must have gotten that statement from your brother. And the statement that you're giving me is also from your brother. And there are two conflicting statements. One says God, you says mutation. I'm confused. I say it's neither God nor mutation. It's the deprivation of iron. Iron fluoride, vegetable iron. Ever since we were removed from the diet that was designed for us, in the jungles, as they call it, our body has been deteriorating 500 years ago. Here we are. We're eating food, we call it. Sure, we eat food, but are we being nourished? You see, there is a difference with food and nutrition. Food electrifies the body. Nutrition drags you down. I mean, food drags you down. Nutrition builds you up. Here it is. This is what our parents didn't know and didn't have to know. That is number 7. You see, we live in a mechanical world now. And they have made mechanical everything. Everything we eat in a supermarket is mechanically made. Our stuff is naturally made. So we expect to get from it food. We want to be nourished. But you eat, and you eat some more, and your body's telling you better eat some more because I'm hungry. What we didn't know is that we weren't feeding the body, we were feeding our stomach. The 7 represent pH.